Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and get started. I think I've wasted enough time here. Hello, and welcome to KiddWrites Convos. I'm Michael Kidd, and I can't stop writing. You might be noticing some changes. Office looks much better now, I think, in my opinion. Y'all didn't know this, but, this was mostly being used for storage, except for my desk. So I've literally just been pinned up against the wall for the rest of these videos, because it was the only place that wasn't covered in ugly boxes. But now we have shelves and knickknacks, and it's great. Although amusingly, I spent a solid 15 minutes organizing the books on a shelf you guys can't see right now. So, yeah, but I'm kind of figuring this out as I go. Figuring out what works for the show. So I'm also going to be making some changes to the format this month. So expect that too. So first big change, I'm throwing in the towel on trying to do this every 2 weeks. That was an unrealistic goal. It sounded really good in my head. And it might be nice to get there someday. But right now, my wife just had a baby, so we've got 2 boys to keep up with. We've got all the actual writing to do. Got my copywriting, got my creative writing, and gotta maintain an entire house. And on top of all that, I don't get paid for these videos. I just do this because I want to interact with you. I want to reach out to fellow writers and all the people who are supporting this channel and supporting my business and supporting my growth here. And I don't feel like I'm doing a good job of reaching out to you guys if I'm canceling videos every week. So I'm not going to be putting y'all through that anymore. Once a month, realistic goal, that's what we're going to do. Let's see now. Got my script over here. It makes me look ridiculous. I was told that there's a teleprompter somewhere, an app I can use. I'm going to have to download that. But second big thing, I have a whiteboard now, so I can write down stuff. So if anything I'm saying here seems noteworthy, I might write it down. Not today, because I can't find the markers, but who knows, maybe in the future. Now, on to the fun stuff. Our featured author of the month is the very talented Brandy Alexander with her book, Genesis. The plot of this book, a man named Clayton has finally adjusted to the fact that he can interact with goats. Yes, he can interact with goats. But he can also interact with ghosts following a childhood near-death experience. When he encounters a demonically possessed girl that cannot be exorcised, this opens a door to a supernatural mystery where the fate of the world hangs in the balance. If you're a fan of Frank Peretti, the author of This Present Darkness, The Oath, Tilly, a couple other books. The dude's been writing for 30 years now. He's written quite a few books. But you want something that's a little bit less overtly metaphorical, you'll get a real kick out of this book. But what really stands out the most about this book for me is the amount of effort the author has put into humanizing the characters. Let me read y'all a little bit. And yeah, I'm terrible. I dog-ear my books. Whatever, I paid for it. Oh, now I've got to get into my narrator voice. Ugh. Can I do my narrator voice with a cold? We're going to find out. This made the 4th plane trip for both of them in less than a week. Clay wasn't sure if it was jet lag or just stress beginning to build up. But when they disembarked, he found that his eyes were heavy and a bed sounded great. However, while Garrett seemed tired as well, the invisible Energizer bunny following him was full steam ahead. So, Tex was walking about a mile a minute while he walked on Clay's left side. When we get to her house, I don't need to go in there again, do I? I mean, I can if you want me to, but I thought I would just ask. If you want, we could just wait outside in the car or something. While Wayne walked on the opposite side of Clay, he looked across to Tex and frowned while shaking his head. Tex caught his eye and then looked ashamed. Or we can go in with you, whatever. He quickly slowed his pace to hang back with Buzz, who was following everyone. Now that Tex was gone, Wayne asked Clay a question. Once we get to Mom and Dad's, can you check your computer or something? I had a thought on the plane. Oh yeah, what's up? I'll fill you in later. Let's just get this visit to Sky over with. They both had a carry-on with them, but no other luggage, so they went straight to Garrett's truck. The drive didn't take long, and soon they were pulling up in front of Sky's house. Her mother, Cheryl, was expecting them thanks to a phone call from Garrett, and she opened the door before they could even knock. The guys followed them into the house, but downstairs was as far as anyone went this time. Cheryl offered them a seat in the living room, and she had iced tea and cookies prepared. Clay noticed that the house felt better than the last time he was here. The smell of sulfur was mostly gone, but every now and then he would get a whiff of it. Sky's mom looked better too. She looked clean and better rested anyway. The dark circles were almost gone from her under eyes, and the smile she greeted them with seemed real. Clay was glad that she was doing better. He had worried about her personal health. Stress could do a number on anyone. Unfortunately, he knew the whole Sky demon situation wasn't over yet, and he wasn't sure what another round of this mess would do to her. Alright. Gonna stop there because I'm not trying to spoil the entire book for y'all. I really love this book because, yeah, the world is in danger, but guess what? The characters in this book are all people. If 2020 taught us anything, it's that people still do people stuff, no matter how weird things get. They eat, they drink, they joke, they tease. And that's really the key to a lot of this stuff, is remembering that your characters are human, and that makes them so much more relatable. And I'm going to let you know a little secret about writing stories. If people love your characters, you can get away with anything. That is literally how the CW stays in business. If my wife is a big fan of Riverdale, and whenever somebody tries to explain the plot of that show to me, they sound like a lunatic. But so why is the show still on the air? Because the characters are a lot of fun. I've seen them. What's-her-face that plays Cheryl Blossom is hilarious. It's great. So the characters, they feel bigger than just the story. Riverdale and the CW does that by making these characters feel larger than life. This book does it by making these characters feel human. They had a life before all of the events of this book, and hopefully they'll have a life after. I'm not going to spoil anything. Maybe they all die in the end. Who knows? It could be that kind of book. You better read it. Ooh. But yeah, you have to make your characters feel bigger than just the plot of this specific story that you're writing, so people will connect to it. And that goes for business writing as well, for copywriting. You need to feel like you're talking more than just the selling points here. You're talking more than just trying to... I went off script here. Now I'm sounding weird. But no, it needs to sound like you're not just listing the facts of the product or the business that you're marketing, but you're talking to a person who has a full life besides just, I don't know, Googling where to get cockroaches killed. Like, there's somebody who, they have friends, they have fears, they have hopes and dreams, and you don't need to like go full method actor, like you need to know what their shoe size is and live a day with them, but you should have a vague sense of who you are writing to, and they should feel bigger than just the specific thing you are writing about. So I will be sharing the link to buy Genesis on Amazon, and I will be offering discounts to copywriting to anybody who purchases it. I highly recommend you all give it a read. And why not join the conversation? Who are some of your favorite characters? It could be books, TV shows, whatever. Just leave a comment right there below. And as always, spend more time doing what you love. Bye.